Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're on Sims 4 again, doing another renovation sort of video. But today I decided, so you know how we have pre-made rooms in The Sims that you can select and just kind of conjoin all the rooms together to make a house? Well, I decided that I would renovate all those rooms, not all of them. So I decided to do offices first, and I didn't do all the offices. I did one from each pack that has an office, that when you buy a pack it comes with a pre-made office kind of thing. So obviously right now I'm doing the Get Famous office, and I decided to go for a streamer setup because it is a streamer setup, and just elevate it more so it wasn't a boring room. So yeah, I don't really know. I felt like doing something a bit of a different type of renovation where I'm doing single rooms and they're all offices, and trying to fix different types of style of offices basically. And I might try and do kitchens next or something, but I won't do every single one because there's just so many. I'm already doing 6 in this video, and there was still another I don't even know how many, but because I didn't want to do 5 base game offices, so I only did 2 because there was 2 different styles, and then obviously one of each kit, pack and blah blah blah. So obviously, yeah. So Get Famous went for a black and white design, and obviously tried to make it look like someone who would stream, background kind of thing. So because it was just a boring background, and I thought that would not be what you wanted for a streamer background. I added more lights and stuff. So all the lights all the lights in this room are from the lighting for your stream. There's no actual ceiling light in this room, and yeah, just made it very dark and try to make it look cool, so you have a cool background for your stream, I guess. Yeah, and I only used the pack and base game that was when I was doing the room, so obviously this was only base game and Get Famous. Didn't use any other packs for if it was so when I do the Dream Home Decorator, it's only those ones kind of thing, and if it's only a base game room, I can only use base games. So for this room, I am only using base game because it was a base game office, and try to keep them as similar, because obviously I did 2 base game and they were 2 very different styles. So this one was more modern basic, where the other one is more fancy. So I tried to stick with style. Obviously that they Sims had kind of already gone for, so obviously the streamer room I decided to just make it more, because it obviously was set up to be somewhere where you would stream your YouTube videos. So that one, obviously I had to make it like that. With this one, it's more just of a basic office, basic modern office. So stuck with that. Just kind of elevated some items, changed the color scheme a bit, because yeah, I just try to make them more exciting. And yeah, so let me know if you thought the original was better than the new version, or if you prefer the new version that I renovated it to for all of these rooms. Yes, and yeah, I just felt like doing something a bit different today. So it's still a renovation, but just changing it up. Instead of doing a normal house, it's just separate rooms. Yeah, so for this one, again, yeah, just made it blue, added some more because it was quite a big room and there was nothing in there. For some reason when I looked at it, it looked really small, and then when you're renovating it, it suddenly becomes way bigger, if you get what I mean. So I obviously just added a neat little music corner, because I thought that would be cute to have, and I obviously still had the same items that was already in the room before, just made them better items than because I had a boring wooden chair before, and so I decided to make it into an actual office chair, because I don't know why you would want a wooden chair as your office chair for your computer chair. It would just be too uncomfortable. I need a nice padded, but it is. So this is all base game in here. Next up is the Seasons office. So again, tried to keep it similar to what they had, just elevating it. So and obviously only using Seasons and base game for this one. So use obviously the Seasons desk. I try primarily to use the pack more than base game if it is a pack room. It's just because certain items they also don't have, like this one, they didn't have a computer that comes with Seasons, so obviously I'm going to be using a base game computer, and yeah, just kind of kept it very similar to what it was, just again using different items that come with the pack versus what they use to try and make it into a new space. There wasn't really much though you could really do with this. I didn't hate the original office that they had in this room, so obviously I kind of kept it very similar to what they originally had. Did change the colour scheme though to because I didn't really like the colour scheme. Obviously for these rooms you can choose different colours, like cause they have like 3 colour schemes, but I just kind of used the first one that would come up when you click the the room. So obviously it was like the blue theme, and then but there was other colours, but I decided to change it and remove the blue theme and go for a just a white and brown design for this one. Don't really know why, I just felt like doing that. Yeah, obviously a base game wallpaper, because Seasons wallpaper isn't great. it's all outdoor for Seasons wallpaper, so obviously had to use a base game for that, and then I just use the Seasons painting. But this one, it didn't really work with the wallpaper I used, and it was a bit bright, but it's fine. Dream Home Decorator was next. This one again, didn't hate it, just kind of elevated it a bit more, so used a different desk. So originally I was going to go for a pink design, but then changed my mind to go for the like blue-brown design, but I did keep the theme wall that they originally had in the original room, just changed it to a white wall so it wasn't so like over the top, and then obviously the wall, and then the rest of the walls would have matched the desk that I went for. So it's obviously a dark blue, just with like a white theme wall, just to give it a bit more, you know, I don't really know. So it wasn't, because obviously Dream Home Decor is very modern, and I mean I don't think theme walls are modern, but I just thought it actually looked quite good for the room, just so there was a little bit more to it. And then obviously I had these shelves. They did have shelves in the original, but I didn't really like the setup of those, so obviously did a different type of setup. It's very similar to what they had, obviously, but it is kind of hard when you've got the same items. I did use obviously the Dream Home Decorator computer, and then all the clutter. This is primarily as well just that pack, not very much base game, because it has everything you need, because obviously the pack does come with a job that you become an interior designer, so you do need like an office space, so they're obviously going to have a good office space for that. So I ended up using just a bunch of shelves and making it into like a wall shelf, I guess, that they had, but just I think it was a bit taller than the original and had more stuff, more shelves and stuff. Used the lamps, and then I did make this into an interior design kind of office, so obviously you've got the pin board with all the designs on it, and then I just had like a painting. Added just random clutter to the shelves. I didn't want to add shoes or anything, just because I wanted this to be more of a workspace, so I just used the other random clutter that came with the pack, and then added some lights. Kept it pretty much the same, just like changed the colour scheme and elevated it a bit more. So up next is obviously the next base game. This one I decided to completely change the colour scheme and go for a blue. Did basically use the exact same items that were already in the room, but I did add a few more stuff because it was a huge room, and yet for some reason it doesn't look as bad when you originally look at it. Obviously I didn't like the colour scheme, but as soon as I changed the format around, suddenly it became more apparent that there was a lot of more space. So it just depends on how you design a room, with how much space it actually looks like there is in. So obviously I have, so I end up moving all the shelves to one wall and then having the chest, and then I have this like bare empty corner. And I wanted the window now to be like fully on show instead of having something like hiding it like I had before. I had this dresser thing hiding it, so I wanted that, and I just added a chair in the corner that matched the room because I thought it just went perfect, and I had the space. Then just added more clutter, obviously to make the room look a bit more full, and paintings, because again it wasn't very exciting. And then obviously changed the entire colour scheme to blue. Let me know if you prefer the blue or the red. I prefer the blue, but that's just my preference. So this is the final room, and it was the Realm of Magic. This one I don't think I fixed. I was very confused. I was very purple, and then I realised that the lights were already changed to the colour purple. So I was like, well, it's going to look crappy now and I didn't want to keep it purple. So I ended up changing it to blue, and then I ended up going into gameplay and changing the lights to all blue as well. So it's a bit of more of a fair look, because obviously right now it's very purple, so the wallpaper looks good, whereas when I go into normal lights it looks crap. And so yeah, I just removed all the purple and changed it to a blue design and kind of changed the layout a bit so it worked a bit better. I had like the table in the middle of the room where I thought it would look, it was weird that it was like in the corner. And then I didn't have any normal lights again, I just had random lamps that was in the pack. This is also just pretty much Realm of Magic. I don't think I use like any base game in this. Yeah, I don't really know if I fixed this one, but it was just a kind of a change around. I ended up straightening up a lot of stuff because I have like a weird thing where I have to make sure that everything's like straight. But when you see the before and after, you'll realize that I do change all the lights to blue, so it does give that more blue theme. Yeah, so like, because obviously the original had a very purple theme and everything. But I think that's about it, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon with another video. Bye.